Hey everyone, it's Dwayne here. Welcome to another episode of Snapshots from the Summit. 5 minutes of amazing goodness that will enable you to unlock the money vault, flip the bird at the 9 to 5, and slash decades from building wealth, my friends. Okay, let's dive into today's episode. But before we do, here, have a look at that. I mean, how good is that? Right? How good is that? And that is, my friends, is the theme of today's episode, is the fact that I talk about the Great Escape, right? The Great Escape, or Operation The Great Escape, that's one of our programs, Operation The Great Escape. And embodied in that particular phrase is basically the concept that I want you to really get a handle on, right? So Operation The Great Escape. So what does that mean? Well, to me, what it means, and this is just my perspective, might be completely different for you, but my perspective on the Great Escape is this, and this is the types of clients I like to work with, right? So, clients who think about the fact that at the end of the day, the goal is not money, right? At the end of the day, right? Money is just a means of exchange. That's all it is, right? So, you know, a lot of people focus on the money, right? Which is, you know, for those people that don't have any, funnily enough, you know, this focus on money is the one is the thing that keeps you from actually having it, right? So, which is interesting. So for me, it's the fact that yes, money is a means of exchange, but it's not the result, right? It's not the end game. What the end game is for me and for the people that I like to surround myself with, the environment that I like to put myself in, is that it's the end game is not the money. The end game is living life on your terms, right? Whatever those terms might be, because they'll be different for all of us. But that's, for me, is what the money does, right? The money allows you to live life on your terms, right? So the question becomes, what does a life lived on your terms look like, right? I don't know whether you've ever done that exercise, you know, brainstormed what a life without the focus on money, what does it look like, right? Because if you didn't need the money, you already had enough, then what would your day-to-day life look like, right? What would you do during the day? You know, because you don't have to go to a job, but what would you do? You know, where would you go? What are some of the places that you would visit? What are some of the experiences that you would have? What are some of the assets that you would accumulate? Would you live in the same house? Or would you live somewhere different? Would you live in the same country? Or would you live somewhere differently? Right? So the message I want you to really get clear on is this: take the focus off the money and create your own great escape, which is, what does the great escape mean for you? What does living life on your terms mean for you? And I highly recommend you do that exercise, both for yourself and with your significant others, right? So if you have in a relationship, do a brainstorm session by yourself of what your ideal life looks like. A life without the need to have any focus on money, right? Do that for yourself, and then do and get your significant other to do the same thing, and then do a brainstorm together, right? Because ultimately you need to be on the same page, right? Traveling in the same direction. Even if you've got kids, get them to do this exercise, because they will teach you some things, right? Because they don't have the filters that you've developed over the years, you know, of being bashed around by life, where, you know, the dreams that you had as a kid have gone, right? They're not there anymore. So you're focused on the acquisition of money, not the acquisition of living a life that you deserve, that you create for yourself, right? That is a life lived on your terms. So I highly suggest you do that exercise. Put a timer on for, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and get a pad and just write down everything that comes into your mind about what a life looks like that's lived on your terms across the board. What kind of relationship do you have? What kind of days, what does days look like for you? What do experiences look like for you? What do vacations look like for you? What do assets that you've accumulated look like for you? What does the house that you live in look like for you? The more detail, the better, right? Because that's what we do about taking the focus off the money and then putting it on to the life worth living, right, at the end of the day. That's what we're trying to create, a life worth living that you can look back on and be super proud that you created it for yourself, my friends. Okay, then the next step is then we go and we figure out how much that is going to cost, and then we create it, right? That's what the Great Escape's all about. It's about creating that life worth living. And if you are interested in creating your Great Escape, creating that life worth living, reach on out. Above or below this episode, you'll find 3 ways. Pick one. Let's have a chat about your life and what it is that you want to accomplish so that you create a life for you and the people that you love that's worth living. Okay. This is Dwayne signing off with the team here at Conquer Your Everest. I will speak to you again on the next episode of Snapshots from the Summit. Till then, bye for now.